less than 2 years ago. Casemiro was one of the most mocked and memed players in the Premier League.
As a footballer, leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left him.
Fast forward 2 years, and he's now arguably the best defensive midfielder in English football. He's doing everything for United, winning tackles, making crucial interceptions, and now even adding goals to his game. Uncle Case has silenced the doubters and is making every critic eat their words.
The football's left him. The middle part of his time at Manchester United was a little bit of a struggle for him, but there's no doubt he's bounced back, and it is now fair to say the football has not left him, considering what he's producing.
He's proving that even in what many called his United swan song, he was never the problem. At 35, he's proving he's still a serious problem for opponents. In fact, he's becoming the Premier League's worst nightmare. Casemiro delivered a sensational performance against Fulham. Reminding everyone exactly why he remains elite, he completed 31 of his 39 passes, won 7 of his 9 duels, played 7 passes into the final third, and added 3 tackles and 3 recoveries. On top of that, he scored the opener and assisted the second goal. What we witnessed was the complete version of Casemiro, a midfielder who can truly do everything. The same midfielder Manchester United brought in from Real Madrid, now rolling back the years. While he turned back the clock against Fulham, the truth is he's been performing at this level for a while. This season feels like the Casemiro Renaissance Tour, a campaign where he's reminding the league why he's long been considered among the very best. When we say he's arguably the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League, it's not a casual claim. Not in a league that includes players like Moises, Caicedo, and Declan Rice, but the numbers back it up per 90 minutes this season. Casemiro ranks first among Premier League midfielders for possession won and interceptions. He's second for headed goals, third for forward pass ratio, and third for non-penalty expected goals. He also sits inside the top 4 for forward passes and sliding tackles. These aren't just solid stats, they're elite outliers. He's tackling, intercepting, scoring, creating, and controlling space in midfield. That's the standard of a top-level defensive midfielder. And Casemiro hasn't just maintained it, he's raised it under Michael Carrick. He's somehow gone up another level. In just 3 games under the new manager, he's already produced 1 goal, 1 assist, and 2 man-of-the-match performances. Carrick's tactical shift to a 3-man midfield with 2 deeper players and an advanced number 10 has suited him perfectly. Kobbie Mainoo is earning praise, but it's still Uncle Case doing the heavy lifting. He remains a vital part of this United side. Quite simply, they aren't the same without him. With Casemiro on the pitch, United looked more secure and concede fewer chances. Without him, they lack the experience and defensive intelligence needed to protect midfield. And it shows. This season, under both Carrick and previously Amorim, Casemiro has already produced his best scoring return for United, with plenty of games still to play. From 4 league goals in his first season to fewer in the following campaigns. He now has 5 league goals already, and counting. It all points to one clear truth. Casemiro is a man on a mission, and he's reminding the Premier League exactly why he's been one of the best for years.
But we're going to start with the news that Casemiro is leaving Manchester United at the end of the season. It broke.
He probably knew long before making the announcement. A few weeks ago, Casemiro confirmed that he wouldn't be renewing his contract with Manchester United and that this season would be his last. Tributes quickly followed, with an outpouring of respect from both current and former teammates. But for Casemiro, it wasn't just about saying goodbye. It was about using his final months to rewrite the narrative and leave behind a new legacy in the Premier League. And right now, it's working. At 35, Casemiro ranks 3rd among United players for total goals this season. He leads the team 4-headed goals and has made more tackles than anyone else in the squad with 53. He's second for possession, 1 in the final. Third and second for duels, 1. These aren't numbers you expect from a player at this stage of his career. Yet here he is, delivering performances that defy age and expectation. This is clearly a man on a mission, and one his new manager can't get enough of. There's an obvious chemistry between Casemiro and Michael Carrick. The connection makes sense. Both played similar roles during their careers, and that shared understanding seems to be helping Carrick get the very best out of him. Carrick doesn't need to over-explain what's required in midfield. He's lived it himself. He understands the demands of the role and has built a system that gives Casemiro the protection and structure he needs to thrive. Under Ruben Amorim, United often used a midfield duo of Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. As talented as both players are, the setup left United exposed. Bruno isn't a natural defensive midfielder, and when he pushed forward, Casemiro was often left trying to cover huge spaces alone. He was forced to play almost like a one-man shield in midfield, plugging gaps and putting out fires everywhere. It created the impression that his legs were gone, a narrative pushed by pundits who saw him struggling to cover an entire midfield by himself. But the reality was different. The system demanded too much now. Under Michael Carrick, United have shifted to a new shape that offers more balance and support in midfield. Instead of asking Casemiro to be everywhere at once, the structure around him allows him to focus on what he does best: winning the ball, controlling the tempo, and contributing in both boxes. And with that added stability, the real Casemiro has re-emerged.
Ruben Amorim is that you've got players in a position like that, in that they're creating little diamonds, not just triangles, diamonds, extra numbers in that shape, and then other teams get sucked into it.
It's not just about playing as a midfield duo anymore, or simply forming a trio. Under Michael Carrick, United now operate with a diamond-like structure in midfield, built on constant connection and compact positioning. The aim is simple: keep players close together so they can combine quickly, support each other, and control space more effectively in possession. The system looks like a 4-2-3-1, but out of possession, it shifts into a disciplined 4-4-2. That defensive structure is key. Instead of leaving Casemiro isolated in midfield like before, United now defend by pushing threats out wide and working in coordinated units. On each side, you'll often see a winger, one of the deeper midfielders, a center back, and a fullback, moving together to contain danger. The same pattern is mirrored on the opposite flank. This collective approach means Casemiro no longer has to play the role of Superman, trying to cover every gap by himself. The workload is shared, and with someone like Kabi Manu alongside him, a midfielder with strong defensive instincts and the technical quality to progress the ball, the balance in midfield has improved significantly. It almost feels like the rest of the league is only now beginning to fully appreciate Casemiro's quality. Since arriving at United in 2023, he's won more duels and made more tackles than any other player at the club. The numbers are impressive, but what truly sets him apart goes beyond statistics. It's his mindset, the mentality of a serial winner who refuses to slow down. That continues to make him a danger to the rest of the league.
One of the things that I was told when I was there the other day as well about him, which I wasn't surprised about, but it's telling for young players to listen to, is that he was sub for a while in this team. And he said, just tell me what I need to do to get in the team.
Considering what he's won, that is crazy.
Tell me what I need to do to get in a team and I'll do it. And here we are now, and he's one of the most integral players in the team.
This story hits hard because of how real it is. After what many believed was a sharp decline and even being dropped from the team, Casemiro could have easily walked away. He could have called time on the project or forced an exit. After all, he wouldn't have been the first superstar to step away from United when things got difficult. But instead, Casemiro chose to fight. He stayed humble, worked quietly, and pushed to earn his place in the starting she again. The The hunger that defined his early days at Porto and his legendary spell at Real Madrid returned. That relentless mentality, the refusal to accept decline, is what separates the very best from the rest. It's the same mindset that has made Casemiro one of the finest defensive midfielders United have seen in recent years. What makes it even more remarkable is that he's doing all this at 35. After winning everything there is to win in football, with nothing left to prove, he still chooses to battle for his spot, to compete, and to lead by example. That drive, that professionalism, and that desire to improve are what truly define him. Right now, Casemiro is playing with a new purpose at Manchester United. A final mission to leave his mark and remind everyone exactly who he is.
Good show recently. And I think, Rob, he'll help in the next, 16 games to develop Kobe Mainu and teach him a little bit of what it is to be a midfield player.
He knows his time at United is coming to an end, and now it's about preparing the next generation. Playing alongside Kobe Mainu in midfield, Casemiro has embraced the role of mentor, using his experience to guide a young talent learning the demands of top-level football. And honestly, he couldn't be a better role model. His resume, his mentality, and the career he's built speak for themselves. His time at United has been impressive too. In 148 appearances across all competitions, Casemiro has delivered 35 goal contributions, 22 goals, and 13 assists. For a defensive midfielder, those numbers are exceptional. Add to that a Carabao Cup and FA Cup, and it's clear he's made a real impact since arriving.